Thus, we return with the second map here, or the second semifinals here at DreamHack Winter 2015. And I'm here with Semler. That was a bit of a wrecking that Luminosity took on Mirage, the map that they've been playing so well all tournament.
Yes.
Not this time.
So I go backstage and I talk to Device. And he's just like, they're a momentum team. You kick them early, they don't do anything.
Like,
yeah. It was literally like him and Dupree were just like,
get going.
yeah. Like, I think that they figured out exactly how to handle Luminosity watching their games yesterday. They knew what they had to do. They had a hot start on Mirage, 6 rounds in a row. Boom.
So that's what they said backstage before the game went live. And so here's the thing for me. Back when I still did betting for CS,
yes,
I would
never
sometimes
want to see that again.
never want to see that again. I was a different person back then. I would sometimes ask players, say like, "How are you guys feeling on this map?" You know, just a bit of an unfair advantage and all that stuff. And they would always say, "Yeah, we're feeling really great." And actually, it almost always turned out to be the opposite. So the information I got was always like completely useless, and I stopped doing it because it was meaningless. I've heard players so often say, "We're great on this. We'll beat them. It'll be 16-0. All our practice matches have been amazing," and then they're nothing. So this time it actually turned out to be true. Now it's going to be down to Overpass here. Luminosity, they're a map down in the semifinals. They have got to step it up, but big this time here. And it would be a huge upset if they could take this map away from TSM.
A massive upset of the tournament. This is not a map that TSM loses. Overpass is their playground. They do what they want. And well, now it's going to be Luminosity just charging onto this B site. No hesitation at all. Cajun gets dinked down to 4 HP pretty quickly. And FNX is up on the site, but he doesn't have the bomb. Xyp9x, though, he's about to get backstabbed, and FNX comes through. Another shot for FNX, and that's what it's all about. Just like that, explosive plays gets the job done for Luminosity, and they at least have a chance now to get this round going for themselves. But yeah.
Wow, they walk into the meat grinder that is Karrigan. That drops the bomb and drops the next player too. You're absolutely right. They definitely had a chance. That was a good double for FNX, and it's still just got a bit out of control here. This is very smart play from Karrigan once again. It's going to be TSM up 1-0 after an encouraging start. No bomb plant means Tech-9 armor and the rest of it. It's a good choice here for Luminosity, I reckon.
Sure. You would want to see Fallen maybe hold off on this, go a bit of a Kenny Guardian route where everybody else buys Kevlar, you don't. You just get like a P250. Make sure that you can get that AWP early on, but we're not seeing that. Everybody has invested in this round for Luminosity. They really want to see if they can't do some damage here, but it's them getting slapped in the face early on here, Anders. That's, again, if TSM are saying Luminosity are a momentum-based team, all we have to do is put the pressure on them early on, not let them play their game, it'll go easy for us. TSM with this aggro style, right off the bat CT, they just get out there, bop Luminosity, and then fall back to the sides and let Luminosity sweat.
And right now, in Tech-9 with only half HP, that's not a lot of fun, is it? Even if you're fighting mainly SMGs, it's not going to be exactly easy. Karrigan doing more damage here, and they're coming for him, but he's got the pistol out now instead, and Cold, can he actually get the shot? Oh no, he gets down by Taco. We've got Mutiny here on the Luminosity side, and Karrigan will finally go down, so he does kind of make up for it, and it's still going to be a 3-on-3.
Yeah, and he gives up a rifle as well, so that's not really too good here for TSM. Don't want to be facing a FAMAS. Bit of a shame that Karrigan was all out on his own with that FAMAS. Nowhere to back up, no way for his teammates to get there to support him. So not the best situation there for TSM, a little bit shaky. Now, yeah, they get that FAMAS over to Fallen. He has the most HP. He'll be able to do something with it, hopefully. And Luminosity with 10 seconds left. They're really cutting it close to get onto this A site. They are going to start the push now. Device is here. He's got the M4. They line up, and there we go. Fallen comes through. 5 seconds, 4 seconds, and he starts to plant just in the nick of time, Fallen.
Oh, this is the round for Luminosity. They've got to win it. They are being flanked as well by Cajun, but they've got some good setups right here. Xyp9x's going to come into it, and they don't really help out. Taco's in that corner, so Xyp gets a 3 kill on him. Now it's down to a 2-on-2. That bomb is ticking. They've got a kit, though, on Cajun, and they're moving in, and oh, they're going to get that fight as well. Xyp going to take one down, and a good retake for TSM, and a real shame for Luminosity. They need that round.
Xyp is just ice cold, man. He is so cool in these situations. It's just crazy to see the shift in his own personal gameplay, where it used to be you wouldn't count on Xyp9x to just be so smart and so solid, get the kills, play with his teammates, everything. I mean, he's really evolved as a player into a much more complete player, really. I mean, Evolved as a player into a much more complete player. I mean, really deep here, Anders. He's just so consistently good for TSM right now.
He's a grown-up young man, Sam. That's what I think.
What's crazy is that he is also one of the younger players in the scene. He's been in CSGO since the start. And what was that? Like he was like 17 or something back then?
Yeah. I mean, it is true. He recently finished high school.
Yeah.
And, now doing really quite well for himself. Originally, in the beginning of his CSGO career on the original Fnatic lineup, which was Danish with Trace, who is a legend in his own right. Freeze, I think, on that team. Modi on that team, too.
Freeze and Modi were there, yeah.
Interesting times. Well, this third round here is going to be tough. This is one of those rounds from Luminosity where you really just want to do some damage. That'd be great if we could come in here and pick up a couple of good kills. Device, though, making that money and looking for a third kill with the SMG. Gonna be the pistol instead. They're trying to see if they can get close to him as well. They should be able to get the kill. And there's Cold with a good headshot to bring Device down.
And here I was praising Zipnix, and he just baited Device horribly. Come on, Zip.
That's even better. That's how you should play. Have you not seen Happy play? I mean, come on.
Yeah, I mean, Happy is like the king, right?
He is.
Get that scoreboard, get those kills. But they were only anti. Shut up somewhere. but they, low impact. Shut up somewhere. Nah, man, Happy is the best. Well, Envy, they're gonna have a lot of time to think some things through.
I would never bait you, you know that.
No, never happened, man.
That's how I set it up. Now I've got your trust.
Exactly, right? Let my guard down around you, and then horrible things happen.
This round, though, 4 Molotovs. A very, very good idea here on Overpass to be putting some money into that particular weapon. Could be used very effectively on either bomb side if you know what you're doing. This is also a very standard spread here from the terrorist side, leaving Taco to play outside of the B bomb site. That's sort of like the fail-safe down here. Make sure no one's flanking. You can see all the way into connector there if anyone's walking in, and he's obviously controlling the monster entrance into the B bomb site. This is very, very standard stuff for Luminosity. What they need is to clear out restrooms here, and they need to do it in like with a certain speed, because if you wait too long, you're not going to have enough time to set up. On the other hand, TSM have got this awful setup that I always hate on this side, because if the AWPer misses the shot, the guy in the corner is going to have a very tough time. Not a fan, don't like it.
Well, it's Kerrigan who's holding in a bit of the danger zone. Doesn't look like Luminosity want to pay much attention to Long, though. So the man holding mid, Dupree, a lot of this heat is going to come onto him. Device packs off just as they go around the corner. Kerrigan luckily is going to be there, and Device lashes out, removes Fair. Now he's in position to take this fight with the man pushing out a restroom. Bit of an easy shot there, the Device missed. And wow, Kerrigan getting taken out as well. Luminosity with the pressure, they're just going right up onto this site. Dupree gets overwhelmed, and Device missing shot after shot. They can actually make this happen, Luminosity. With 8 seconds left, they need to get that bomb plant, and they just don't do it. 3, he doesn't have time, Cajun. He can just run away. Impossible for Cold to win the round.
Oh, what a heartbreaking round. You do such a good job. You even lose the entry over at Long, which is even worse, because once you lose that fight, you can tell Kerrigan came back to recommit towards restrooms. That's when things get really tough, and still they powered through, and it wasn't enough. Oh, man. Luminosity are not having a lot of luck right now.
And Cold? Is this, Cold, miscommunication or just Hero AK?
I'm gonna give him the benefit of the doubt and say Hero AK. I want to see that Cold Zero that we've been seeing recently just go ham, but they do line up, and there's Cold with the opening. Good shot there. FNX gonna take one down. Cold gonna drop. It's Sip back in the driver's seat here with a big double kill. And Kerrigan, he goes down. Sip looking for the triple, and he does a lot of damage already. And buys a lot of time. He's staying alive. The rotation is happening, and he even gets that headshot on Fur. And now Taco, well, in a very tight spot here.
Yeah, a little sloppy there, actually, from TSM with the flashes. Team flashing all over the place. Definitely, I mean, they did more work for Luminosity with a couple of those flashes than Luminosity actually managed to do. So, bit awkward, but still, 1v2, they managed to recover the situation, TSM. 2 rifles alive in a crossfire situation. Bomb is dropped out in the open, not planted, so it is a bit tricky for Taco. And they're just going to run down the clock, TSM. All about holding these angles now and just waiting. So you hear that bomb plant. Peek together, get the job done.
None of them want to be found. They're doing pretty much exactly what you're saying here. Taco, he knows it too. He knows if he finds a kill, then it's manageable. He goes for it. Dupree's going to be there instead. And TSM now up 5-0. They're doing damage again, though. I mean, you've got to give it to Luminosity. They are getting really close in these rounds. It's similar as to what we were seeing on Mirage, just that every deciding battle is going to go in favor of TSM, it seems.
Yeah, Xyp9x, man. Triple kill for him in this round. Without him on that B site, yeah, it works perfectly for Luminosity because Cajun had such a low impact at the beginning with his spray. He only just got a couple of bullets onto each of them. Didn't really do massive damage to anybody. So, well, TSM are going to be glad for that. 5-0 lead here. It is shaping up to be a bit similar to what we saw in Mirage so far. Oh, well, Dupree hoping to get lucky with a headshot there. Not going to find it. Again, though, TSM making sure that Luminosity don't get too much map control early on. They are here to pressure them just a little bit.
Yeah, they seem to be a slight bit faster this time with clearing it out. Also, TSM not putting a lot of pressure on them. They are set up sort of halfway through restroom. We'll see if the Brazilian team can find a way through. I mean, what was it? 10-0, 11-0 or something like that before Luminosity finally picked up a round on Mirage. Be good if they could come into the game a lot faster here. Dupree, he is very much alone, so making that jump and getting tagged in the leg as well, that's going to be dangerous. Can he make it back? He's got some teammates trying to flash himself out of there, actually. And look at the clock once again, 30 seconds here. This is going to get very tough again for the Brazilian team, but they are setting up for it, and they've got to go quick as well. The bomb is there. This is not a fake. Taco putting some first bullets through, but he goes down to a nice grenade here. And Dupree covering right by the truck, and he's going to end up going down. But look at the time again, 15 seconds. Where is that bomb plant coming from? They need to make this happen before the clock runs out. And finally, it's going to be Cold punching in the digits and Device and Carrigan left.
And an almost unwinnable situation here, unless they can get a kill very quickly. But there's the first one. Carrigan steps in. Device takes out Fair as well. A headshot, and it's going to be down to the 1v1 now. Device going to have to hunt Fallen. He has to go aggressive here. He gets tagged as well, and Fallen with the follow-up shot. 3 shots in a row for Fallen, 3 kills total at the end of the round. And we didn't really get eyes on it, but the man I was waiting for was Cajun coming up from Connector in the back lines. With Fallen and everybody taking so much time to get through at the entrance, Fallen had the presence of mind to watch behind them. And that was, for me, the key frag, because it stopped Cajun from being able to actually drop that bomb carrier, from being able to slow Luminosity down further to the point where they might not have had time to get onto the site at all. So great play, just all-around play from Fallen throughout that round.
Now, that's a start. Now they need the follow-up here. TSM, I mean, you can tell they don't have a lot of money. 1 M4, 1 Max, 7 a FAMAS, P2 15 there, and a CSET 75. If they can wreck them this round, they're going to be in it. And a good spray from Fur. Almost drops the second player. That's Carrigan going low here. Dupree in a bit of a fight. Headshot by FNX. And now that's well, it was men advantage for a second in favor of Luminosity, but Xyp9x being just a little bit annoying here.
Still the man, though. Still the man. But they have an AK on Xyp9x now. Cajun hasn't really seen anybody yet, so he's feeling a little frustrated. He wants to get in on this action. Wow, just a slow pace from Luminosity, though. They don't really pounce on anything. They don't really try and speed up behind it. They're just taking their time.
Yeah, this is something else that I spoke to with Carrigan about, and he said they were kind of expecting in his sort of analysis of what kind of team Luminosity is they're kind of like a Na'Vi-style team, except in his opinion, he said that they're just slightly more coordinated than Na'Vi are when it comes to sort of the end seconds, which is a big statement.
That is.
So
you're talking about the masters of running the clock down and getting the plant with like 3 seconds left.
Yeah, in Carrigan's opinion, they might be even better. What are they doing, though? This is a little bit scary here. They're walking into the B bomb stand. They're going to have just time for it here because there's nobody defending, but you know, suppose Xyp9x is hiding in a corner and he gets the kill on the bomb carrier right now, then that round is gone. They can do nothing at the end of it. It works because no one's there, but if Xyp9x was in the right spot, that would have been the end.
And he finds Dupree's rifle as well, Cajun. Okay, I thought that Luminosity no, they hadn't, because they'd been holding so far back in Connector. They'd actually never really got close to where Dupree was playing from, but I was wondering if they were going to try and manage the rifles, just truck them all over the place, see if they could keep TSM from picking them up. Again, I think Cajun was playing a big role in this round. Luminosity, they knew where Xyp9x was playing from, but they hadn't seen Cajun yet. So I think that's what they were waiting for. They were just like, okay, he could be back in T-spawn right now. We have no idea where this guy is. So it ends up working out for Luminosity in the end, but just the details coming through. what's crazy to see is that Xipnix is again leading the charge for TSM with 9 frags. I mean, this guy just seems like map after map, he's the most consistent player right now for TSM, barring Device.
Well, it is around for Luminosity. Some rifles were saved for TSM, but right now the Brazilian team is coming just a little bit back into it. It's kind of hard to change your mentality at this point in time because you've just seen them get wrecked on first map, which was their map pick, and now you know how good TSM are. I think Luminosity are in a position where they sort of have to convince us by example here. They're going to have to show us how it's done, because until they get up to, I would even say like 7 rounds on this first half here, I'm not gonna sort of be too overwhelmed yet. Normally, you could probably get away with having 5 or 6, but because you're playing on TSM's map and they're quite good on the terror side as well, it gets tricky. That is a fantastic boost as well inside the B-bomb side there.
Nastiness. But they've also split the rifles up. 1 rifle on B, 1 on A. So TSM hoping to get lucky here. Luminosity, they're really spread out. They are getting that map control.
It's the same setup. Taco playing down by B, and the other 4 are going to be clearing out checkered. This is all good, but eventually TSM are also going to catch up, and then they can try and counter that exact thing. dupreeh is going to be playing very close here with the P250 in hand. And again, the clock running low. Luminosity, they seem to have this one strat, Semler.
Yeah, the flashes aren't going to be going past. Exactly. dupreeh wasn't a prime spot. No flash to stop him from getting that kill. He does some decent damage to Ferrer, but he will fall. And so it is going to come down to the 2 players here on the A. Saint, Cage, and B takes out Taco. That was in connector, and then Xipnix with the spray. Not going to get the kill. Can he deny it? He doesn't get the angle right on the 1, but he's actually doing so much damage to FNX at long.
He's very low himself. He still lands a headshot right on Fer. This is absurd. This is 3-on-3, but they're very low on health on almost either side. And Zip spraying through it so close, but he's not connecting. And the bomb's ticking away inside, and now coming out of the smoke. Well, it's going to be cold, and he takes him down. So now Cajun and Kerrigan are left, and they're too far away to do anything. Going to have to just back off and save the 1M4 here. There was a gap in that smoke that wasn't supposed to be there, and it almost cost Luminosity the round.
Whew. Just the 1. But yeah, Fallen not going to miss that shot. And Cajun not close enough to pick up that kill. So no AWP saved for TSM. They do save an M4, which is going to be solid going into this next round. I can't believe how close Xipnix actually came, not to denying the fuse, or the bomb plant rather, but just the man holding the smoke. Random position, he's just putting shots through. He's actually nearly taking this guy down, dropped him down to 3 HP. That would have been ridiculous.
I really want to see TSM put some more emphasis on being a little bit more aggressive over it by the restrooms here, because you see Luminosity already being so slow. If they get slowed down even more, that's a nice grenade on Cold, actually. That goes all the way into the playground. But you know, if they see now they're actually slowed down this far instead of being up by the restrooms, which means by the time they get into position to set up at the A-bomb side, well, how much time is really going to be left? They do have a different setup this time, Luminosity, and having 2 people outside of B, and you got to wonder what is going to follow.
Yeah, that's Fallen with the op as well. I like that. He's been showing the AWP over on mid quite a bit, not so much long. So the fact that he's willing to take it over to B, see if he gets lucky with a shot, that's not too shabby. Xipnix takes the risk of jumping to spot into sewers and makes it out of there just barely. So now again, man, Luminosity, this is all about just hoping that TSM make the mistake, give them a free kill to get that entry. I mean, Kerrigan is up close. I was expecting dupreeh to be playing this position. Instead, he's going to be backing Kerrigan up. And there it is. Kerrigan missing completely, falling with the free kill.
Yeah, that was definitely a big failure on Kerrigan's part. That he had a good second there to actually get that kill in. Taco going to be taking down Cajun B. Luminosity, they're getting back into this. Now I'm getting a little bit interested, because this is actually going to be maybe a 4th round in a row for them. Sip is on the bomb side, and he's been so good so far, but there's so many targets. He's out in the open. He's got no cover, and Fer takes him down cold with a shot on device. And dupreeh, well, he's going to be left alone in a 1-on-5 here. This is brilliant play. Luminosity, it's time to start giving them a bit of credit here, because taking 4 in a row against TSM on overpass, that's not easy.
No, maybe were we a little bit too overconfident in TSM's ability? Remember, the only way that TSM lose this map is if they lose it themselves. They defeat themselves. dupreeh going to make it at least a little bit more expensive here for Luminosity. I don't think he'll be allowed to get a 3rd unless he runs into FNX by accident. Has to be careful, though. FNX is waiting. An easy shot for FNX. Very well done. So now, well, this slow play is working against TSM, though. I mean, I'm really, and TSM keep giving up that first kill. That, I think, is the main issue. That's exactly what Luminosity are waiting for. They're waiting on TSM to just have one guy who's out too far in the wrong position, perhaps, and to get that punish. And so now Luminosity can get up to 5 rounds. This is just going to be the eco. Even if I'm saying that, though, they managed to pull off some crazy stuff with the Deagles earlier on TSM, on Mirage at least.
Yeah, they certainly did, but I think this is also partly down to the fact that TSM are not doing a very good job of adjusting to the Luminosity playstyle here. They've gone B that 1 round there, and they've tried a little bit, but most of the time it's been this setup once again. Taco down there, and because TSM is not playing for information very much right now, they don't know exactly what's going on here, so a round like this, I mean, at least they could have an idea about what the setup looks like and maybe try and counter it with rifles next time.
No bit surprised to see the order there. I wouldn't mind Device being close with that P250. It's going to be Dupree trying to go for the peekaboo, and he's not going to get it. Instead, Device finds 1 headshot. Does some damage to the second man as well. Taco gets spotted, of course, outside of B, his usual haunt, and Kerrigan doing good damage to Fair, but none of these are getting kills. The only man to actually pull that off was Device, using Dupree as bait. Zipnix is making the correct call going up to A site, though, but it's going to be planted default. There really isn't too much he can do about this.
Right now, a little bit of damage. Stealing a rifle and running away, I don't think it's going to be easy at this point. So maybe a kill or 2, and that would certainly hinder Luminosity later on. But Fallen going to take care of business. That's now going to tie the scoreline at 5-5. Very good job right now for the Brazilian team. It was a huge stomping they took on Mirage, and I had almost took them for gone. It looked like they were sort of mentally defeated too, and apparently not.
There we go, represent.
Yeah, good job.
Dead center, front row with the flag. All right, let's see.
Okay, well, they even know that Molotov that goes into the L-bend, so this is some evidence here. Actually goes a little bit, actually goes all the way down there. Can throw a little bit further up. I thought they'd try and block anyone, say Sipnix from actually pushing in there, but still, looks like they've got the grenades. They've done some practice here on the map. So they've got some idea about what they're doing here.
That should be a tell, though, for TSM. This is the first time that nade's been used from Luminosity, so already TSM, they have an extra man rotating in close. They're going to be able to help out. There is a man waiting in connector as well, so TSM not going for the same default kind of situation. They've put Kerrigan in connector this time with Device not too far behind him with the AWP to support. And all 3 remaining players, looks like they're all gathered down here on the B side, so it's going to get pretty nasty if Luminosity decide to come pushing through with that extra man. But again, Luminosity just taking so much time. TSM may be feeling confident about the read initially, but they do have enough they have enough info going off of Kerrigan not hearing anybody in connector, Device not seeing anybody top mid. To me, it seems like TSM, they should be just sticking this. They should be staying with the positions that they have instead of pushing into connector like that. I have no idea what Kerrigan was doing there.
What was that? Did he even get flashed in from anyone inside of B? That was a really random push to be making, and that could cost them a lot right now. It's going to be a B push here. There's no time for anything else. Cajun, huge kill on the guy carrying the bomb. A lot of damage to a second player as well, and TSM, they're in a strong position right now. Dupree also picking up 1 more shot, and the bomb is still outside of the bomb site with 10 seconds, and that was pretty much the end. So now for just trying to stay alive here. A really strange round here from both teams.
Well, TSM were on top of it from start to finish. Nicely done there by Fair, just making it a little bit more difficult for TSM in the next round. The only reason that you can think about it for Kerrigan is just like, he's like, okay, we need guarantee. Like, we need 100% to know where they're playing from right now with only 30 seconds left. And he sacks himself. Maybe he thinks, okay, if I can just spot a couple of people, boom, we'll know exactly what they're doing, right? Or it's just going to be confirmation.
So the reason why it's a little bit silly is because his position is so strong either way. If they push B, then he obviously comes out behind them. If they push A, well, the same thing is true. That's why wherever you're going to push, you kind of want a clear connector. Now they're going for a really fast one into the B bomb site. Cajun is here, spraying down 1, but a quick return here. It's going to be FNX taking 1 down cold with a shot on Kerrigan. And Sipnix hiding down here in sewer, just waiting to see if he can get somebody else killed. The backup is coming in fast, but he's got very low health as well. Are they going to boost him? Oh.
You could go for the boost for Device. Yeah, there it is. With that AWP, but nobody peeking so far for Luminosity. They've cleared out pit now as well. And yeah, this is looking like TSM want to back off and hold on to their guns. that turn of that, and that was actually, it all worked out perfectly for Luminosity. You think that Cajun in his position might be able to get 1-for-1, make it interesting. Not sure why Device is going for the peak again after backing off to save the gun. That's a mistake. Nice hunt there by Cold to find Zipnix.
Look at this here. I mean, Luminosity, they're actually really putting a lot on the board here. You're absolutely right. The call has been made to save, and yet they go and peak anyway and lose 2 members. That's now going to be a tied scoreline against 6-6, but the economy on the Danish side is going to be pretty much wrecked at this point here. I'm very impressed by Luminosity. I mean, yeah, I guess generally not a lot of people thought they could do a lot in this tournament coming into it. Now they lost their own map, and they go on to sort of one of the home maps for TSM, and they still put up a really big fight.
Yeah, one hell of a fight. This is scary now for TSM. I think they're going to start getting pretty worried here, just because this is what they wanted to avoid. They don't want Luminosity getting confident. Their own words, you know, they're a momentum team, momentum-based. So if they get a strong start or are able to start getting something going for themselves, that's when they get really dangerous. Boom, though, dupreeh just peeks forward, takes out Fair.
With the one saved AWP. Luminosity, I mean, that, again, now that was a slightly aggressive style here by the Restrooms. Now they can afford to fall back, and this is something I wish they'd been doing a lot earlier, trying to play this way. It's a bit more difficult when you only have pistols, basically. So, yeah, if they have rifles and play like that, I think that could pay off a lot more for TSM.
Let's see, Bomb is making its way over here, so TSM, they are rotating over. They should be in position to deal with this. I mean, Taco with that MP7 just doing big damage to Device, dropping him half. dupreeh's got overhead, though. He's going to be over at the top. Looking for that initial shot, but Fallen's there, and dupreeh misses the flick, so no joy, and it really does look like Luminosity are going to be able to lock this down, although Device is somehow snuck onto the site itself.
It's just where you wish you had a kit or something. You can just sneak in and defuse that bomb. AWP not going to be saved, and Luminosity double kill there for 2 of the players, and that's going to be a round for them. Now they actually take the lead at 6-7, and I got to wonder, what's the economy like here for the TSM team? Because it can't be that great.
Not right now. Well, it's just enough to get the FAMAS buy, really. Device gets his AWP back. He is able to buy it, so they just had enough money to make this buy happen, but this is an all-or-nothing kind of buy for TSM. Only 2 rounds left in this half, this being one of them, and Device decides to go aggressive. But again, Luminosity just holding so far back, they don't care, Anders. Instead, it's Fur going ultra aggro into connector, and he gets caught by Kerrigan.
A good start here, Fur going down. They need to stop this right now, TSM. They're actually losing the first half now. Luminosity has had 7 rounds, I think is what they needed. That's what they're at right now, and there's still more to come. If they can win this, they could even finish 9-6 on the terrorist side of Overpass, and that would definitely have TSM wondering what on earth went wrong. Now, they're going to go and peek long. That might be a very bad idea. We've got Fallen on the other side. Device sneaking in, and he actually picks up that kill, jumps to get the information. Backup is here as well, but dupreeh goes down. Device gonna fall next. Luminosity, big opening here on A long. It's going to bring them back into a 3-on-3 situation, and Kerrigan trying to buy time for some better positioning here. Cajun, the only one in B right now, has to stay alive. If he wins this fight against Taco, that's going to be a big giveaway, and the bomb, bringing it back here. Taco may be calling it out.
Taco knows where this man is. That's all he has to do. Boom, gets the timing right, removes Cajun. As soon as Cajun throws down that smoke, Taco knew exactly where he was playing from. I think that's why he's calling to his mates, wait, I know where he is. If I get this kill, that's it, it's done. They have the time to set up now, get the defense sorted. Taco, he's going to be trying to pick off any of the rotators here. You can see him keeping his eyes on CT, and Cold is there to remove Kerrigan from on high. So it is going to come down to Zipnix now. 1v3, and somehow TSM, despite getting the strong start in the round, they wind up in a 1v3 situation with Zipnix just very firmly boxed in.
I'm loving this here. This is some real strength. If you get beat that badly on your own map, not even a chance, nothing that you could have done. And you saw, I think everybody saw when they were in those booths here, just how wrecked they looked. They all looked completely disheartened, like they weren't even really in the mood to play anymore. Now coming into this map, it had a bad start, but then they fought it back. What was it, 5-0 before they started to pick it up? Now it's 8-6. What a way to come back. That's a lot of heart being shown here from the Brazilian side. Fallen leading the charge, and now it's going to be Kerrigan trying to go aggressive here, but Cold takes 1 in return. This is the 15th round, last of the half, and TSM, they've got next to nothing. Fur going to be spraying down Device. And Sipnix and Cajun, Dupree left here, but they've got only pistols here.
Rifle dropped, now Fur. Waiting right around the corner. Dupree, is he gonna get the drop on him? He is now within lethal range here. And no joy, just straight spray. Good damage there, but Fur, easy kill for him with that AK. So now it's down to Zipnix and Cajun B, the last two here for TSM. And Luminosity are still holding so far back. It's crazy just how much of a slow pace they have going. They're willing to just sit and wait, round all 15 rounds. They had one rush, I think, Anderson, one rush onto B. It's always just sit, wait, let TSM hang themselves.
Beautiful.
That was impressive.
Yeah, but this slow style, I mean, like I said, TSM were ready for this. They knew that this was going to happen, and yet they're still getting beat by it. That must actually feel even worse if you're on the TSM side here. A lot of credit still to the Brazilian side. It's Sip and Cajun left, and we're trying to see if they can pull out some sort of miracle. Obviously not going to happen now. 9-6 finish here in favor of Luminosity. Sip trying to hero it up here. Flashbang in once. I hope he's gonna make the jump, make it happen. It would look cool at the very least. Grenade gonna rain down. No, gonna do some damage onto Cole, but he's also getting flanked from behind. This is an unwinnable position, and actually, he dies on the stairs. What a shock. Sip gonna end up going down here, and that's a huge first half here for Luminosity. Very well played.
That is just so solid. That slow play, TSM never figured out how to handle it appropriately. The fact that Luminosity were able to sit and just wait and sit and sit and sit and find opening kills so many rounds. It wasn't since the beginning that we really saw TSM come through in the clutch, but then many clutch situations, there weren't many like 1v1s. A lot of the time it was just Luminosity, 2 guys alive, 3 guys alive, and everybody just wiped out from TSM.
That slow style towards the A-bomb side most of the time. TSM just did not know how to deal with it. And that's interesting, because normally they've been playing very well on this map. I mean, against teams like Na'Vi too, who might have a similar style. FNX gonna open up with a shot on Dupree. Oh, we could be going to a third map. If they win this pistol round, it's gonna be huge. FNX shooting Carrigan in the back. What a start here. Fallen is trying to stay alive at the restrooms, and he takes down Sipnix with almost a running headshot there. And now they can just play it safe. They don't have to fight anymore. They can just stay in the bomb sites and wait.
They haven't taken a single point of damage yet, Luminosity. All of these kills have been clean, easy work for them. And now, yeah, Cajun B device, they don't have a whole lot of hope in this round. They got to channel their inner forest, but they aren't even on the bomb site to do so. Still have to fight their way into a crossfire on this A site with no nades, no utility to make their jobs easier either. Kerrigan was the one carrying it, and so that's usually the case. The fact that Kerrigan doesn't hear that squeak door open and gets shot in the back trying to set up a nade, that's painful. Well, there we go. First man spotted into connector, and now they can start falling back. And Taco, he's down on short, but this is all bait. Exactly, for FNX to be here, just waiting, looking for that shot. He's getting that shoulder peek going, and Cajun will be able to step in, get the job done. So 2 kills for Cajun. Oh. He's got Kevlar and 68 HP.
And 10 bullets. Yeah, he's going to have to pick up a different gun. Otherwise, it's not going to work out. He's trying to get the shot in, Cole interrupting that fight. And that's going to be Luminosity winning the pistol round on the second half, putting them up at 10-6 now. I just have no idea what's going on. This is definitely not easy.
Very even across the board as far as pistol rounds are concerned for all of these teams. Well, let's see. So Device, okay, so Device not gonna go full commit. He isn't getting the Kevlar, so maybe he wants to get that AWP to have that as an option. Fallen has got that Scout, that's no problem, that's no surprise. Well, now they have to hope that they can reproduce what happened on Mirage, and there you go, Zipnix attempting to get that jump headshot in, not gonna work. That was a good read on his part. Oh, that's frustrating for Fallen. Unscoped just as the man comes around the corner.
He's going to try and go for the jump scout instead, and that's somewhat risk-free at this level here because he's so far away and it's not so easy to take him down with a deagle. Mid-air headshot. FNX will fall, but still they've got 3 kills onto TSM right now, so it's not looking too bad either. Fallen in the corner will end up dropping. Now they've got SMGs left and they are against armor. This would probably have to be Cajun getting an ace maybe?
Going ham. He's going to have the chance here as well. Yeah, spots the man in restroom. He gets tagged. Man around the corner, though, and that's fair. keeps his cool, gets the shot. That's 100% kill right there. Gets the job done. dupreeh full flash, no hope at all, and Cold is there to snuff him. Luminosity, they keep their cool, even when the situation gets a little dicey over on long and mid in the restrooms. It looked a little shaky there after a strong start. They're able to come back into it. Good communication makes all the difference, and they are able to actually keep 3 players alive at the end of that round. So now, well, TSM, they have to go into a hard eco. Kind of surprised to see Device going for the Tech 9 as well, actually.
And when you're 5 rounds away from losing your own map, the thing you don't want to do is hard eco, right? You want to at least have a chance of fighting here. Not going to be the case at all. Fallen down in connector. FNX watching his back a little bit here, and Fallen still fighting down there with the SMG. FNX picking up the 1 kill here. Second one as well. Fallen helping out. Pistols out. FNX now with a triple, and the bomb is dropped as well. And Sip, he's got nothing left to do here. Wow. I've got to admit, I did not see this coming.
Outright total destruction. Brick wall. I mean, they just cannot get through it. Where's the TNT, Kerrigan?
How many rounds in a row is this now for the Luminosity squad, counting the end of the first half and the beginning of the second one? I'm really wondering at this point. I guess we could see in a second here, but it's wonderful play from FNX. So they get
great wall.
Yeah, so it's a good 7 rounds in a row for them right now.
And, I mean, yeah, 7 rounds in a row. It's not looking too hot. It's not. It's really not. TSM also seem to be a little reliant on the confidence themselves right now. They don't have any to work with, so that's definitely costing them. But now they can have the money to go for the full buy. So AKs, and again the spread, and a similar approach to what we saw from Luminosity. Although TSM are pushing out on the map a bit quicker. Cajun now he has connector control. 2 guys pushing up on long. And where is Fallen playing from this time?
Well, they had the AWP boost down here. It's a very cool idea, because as we've been seeing pretty much all tournament, people will now check that, but people checking for a jump, not for someone waiting with an AWP, at least not most of the time. So it's still a very cool idea. This is shaping up to being a bit of an A push from the TSM side, and they desperately need it right here. Grenade goes in, Fur hiding in the corner. Device is gonna go and check it, he will, and Fur turning his back from the grenade. It's gonna be Fallen picking up 1 and a second here. So now TSM, they've been slowed down a hell of a lot. 30 seconds left, Fallen flashed in the corner. He still gets the frag on dupreeh. More might be coming, they line up, he gets a quad kill, and now it's down to the Cajun 1-on-3, not gonna happen. What a hero, Fallen, look at that. All 4 kills going his way in spite of getting flashed and stuck in a corner. Luminosity, what is this team doing?
Everybody, that's what, I mean, they're getting closer to the goal, Anders, and that is that everybody on this team will be able to have rounds like this, can come through in the clutch for their team, do massive damage, just basically take a round under control for themselves and just manhandle their opponents. We saw it yesterday from Fallen on Cobble. Now we see it again. Fallen, 5 frags for him in a row. And well, now it's just falling apart for TSM. They're gonna go and try for the quick B execute. Cold still alive here behind Toxic, looking for that headshot as they come peeking around the corner. Not sure if he spotted the man on ramp, but now he has too many targets, and he's gonna get overwhelmed. Kerrigan doing damage with the Tech 9.
So speed is the key here for TSM. They just want to be fast, but Fur going to be taking down one. A little bit of hugging going on there in the hallways, but now they're going to get back in and defuse that bomb. Team spirit is good and all, but there's a ticking in the bomb site. Device trying to spray through, he's caught in the corner, and they don't line up for it. FNX getting a double kill, and now it's down to Sip in a 1-on-2. He gets flashed as well, he's in the corner, he can't see a thing. They're defusing the bomb. Sipnix goes out, but it's not going to be enough. It'll be Fur instead. And look at this, Luminosity clutching the round right at the end. That could have definitely gone horribly wrong. Instead, they pushed themselves further, and they're now very close to winning this map.
That's when Ferg gets that kill. He's like, wait. They're just like, wait a second. That's exactly what we were waiting for. We need to get a kill as that bomb gets planted for us to have a chance to get back in there. Boom, he delivers. And Luminosity, they don't pass up the chance. Sometimes you have to go for the big plays, Anders. You know, you can always back off, save your gun, think about the next round, okay, right? But sometimes it does work out where you just have to be brave. You have to get in there. You have to get the job done. And so Luminosity, this is the kind of round that will break TSM. TSM, are they going to have the confidence? Well, Fallen's going to do the best that he can, at least, to shatter it. And Cold is already starting off strong, taking out Cajuns, who I guess just decided to run right through.
Yeah, I don't think even TSM know what they're doing anymore. Luminosity have stripped them of all confidence, and right now, It's just down to sort of a raw battle here with what's left of TSM and a super impressive looking Luminosity here. Device, he is alone. I mean, they're going to push themselves onto map point. It's almost inevitable at this point that we're going to be seeing a third map here at the semifinals. I would have bet a lot, Semler, on this being a 2-0 once they picked up. I thought there was a decent chance that Luminosity could win Mirage. Turned out I was dead wrong. They got crushed. But once they won Mirage TSM, I would have bet a hell of a lot that it was going to be overpass for TSM.
Once you see that the first map, hey, TSM just crushed Luminosity on Mirage, yes. But then they start off 6-0 on this map as well. You're just like, well, this is it, right? TSM, they're living up to the standard that we expect of them as a world-class team. And right now, we're just seeing that collapse. Total, utter collapse on their part, on the Danes. So Luminosity now, they know exactly what's happening for TSM. No bomb plan for TSM means that they're going to be stretched for cash. Going to be floating around that 35 to 4,000 mark, so not full nades. That doesn't stop Fallen from peeking anyways. Aggro peek at long, still hanging around with that AWP. He's going to be backing off towards that A site to help his teammates, and we saw the impact that he had there last time, Anders.
Well, it's going to be Fallen, FNX, and Fer to get 3 kills here, and now it's down to the 1 versus 5. I don't know what to say. I mean, I made a bit of a Brazilian barbecue joke after that first map. Might have some Danish pork roast here. This is gruesome right now. Luminosity gunning through a third map in the semifinals. They've done very well in this tournament so far. It looks like we are going to be seeing it as well. Dupree getting a good double kill in here, but there's so much left to do. They fight, they win. Luminosity, we're going to go to Inferno.
That's right. The Brazilian fans in that front row, they can get on their feet now. They've actually pulled it off, Luminosity. Incredible comeback for them. Yeah, just being able to get their heads back in the game. I mean, they were just getting caved in for so long after Mirage into the beginning of Overpass. The fact that they were able to turn it around, Fallen as an in-game leader, you really have to give him credit.
Absolutely, and you bring up the Brazilian fans. I've got to point this out as well. The Brazilian scene is obviously super vocal, and you know they're going to be watching. You know they're going to be so excited about this. What a game. We get treated to a third map, Inferno. That's another map that they play very well on the Luminosity side. TSM, on the other hand, I count them as one of the 3 teams that are really heavy hitters on this particular map. Them, Envy, and Fnatic, they are very hard to beat on Inferno.
No matter how you cut it, Luminosity are underdogs in this best of 3. Not only because they're standing in the world, but just because all 3 of these maps are maps that TSM should not lose.
Yeah.
These are 3 very solid maps. Mirage, Overpass, and then you close on Inferno. TSM, they should win 3-0. They should win 2-0. But Luminosity, they're taking it to map 3 now. It's 1-1, and we're going to take a short break, guys, before we get into it.